Hi guys, welcome to Jackie with a Q. Thanks for tapping in. I hope everyone is doing well and making it happen for yourself, right? Make it happen for yourself. Very important, guys. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And then drop down in the description box and hit that so you can see all of my social medias. Again, welcome to Jackie with a Q. So guys, let me say this. It's holiday time, right? And this is the time a lot of people get overlooked, right? People sometimes are their emotions all over the place. Somebody may have passed on, they're reflecting on memories of someone that's not here. So, we got to keep in touch with our peoples, right? And one of the folks we got to keep up with, let me tell y'all this. I've been watching this for a little over a month now, right? And it's sad. It's sad, and I don't know if everybody's looking at it that way, right? First of all, y'all, did y'all see my Kamala and Biden T-shirt? I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's Biden, Kamala, right? For the peoples. But anyway, y'all, I've been watching this Jaguar Wright situation, right? Been watching it, looking at all the videos, and initially, I was with her. Now why is she telling other folks' business? Don't know. But I believed what she was saying, especially about her childhood. Because let me tell y'all something. Whatever happens in your childhood, it sticks with you. If people say you can get over that, no, you can't. If the shit was traumatic, you don't get over that shit. Just like you don't get over the good shit, you don't get over the bad shit either. Bad shit stick right to you, right? Take it from me, witness to that, right? But anyway, I've been watching this Jaguar, right, and I've been watching her videos. And initially, I was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna kill her." She's talking all this talk about all these people. Then the more I watched it, I said, "Okay, they're just not paying her no attention. They just gonna let her keep talking and talking and talking." Well, then I watched the video with a famous YouTuber, Tasha K. And Tasha interviewed her for over 2 hours, right? And it had to be that long because you could. So, when I first saw it, I said it was 2 hours and 13 minutes, 2 hours. I was like, ooh, that's a long time. She's telling all the tea. But what it is that you clearly, anybody, you don't even have to have a clinical eye for this, can see that she has a problem. There's something going on in here or not going on, right? And the more I watched it, let me tell you something. I was totally engrossed in it, right? I start watching it late at night because a lot of times that's when I look at YouTube and stuff online is at night when I'm laying in the bed. I couldn't go to sleep. I could not go to sleep. I had to watch it all the way through. I had to watch it. And then there was a video after that where Jaguar was talking about her interview in a good way with Tasha K. Then there's a video after that where Tasha K exposes the lies in the video. Then there's a video after that where Jaguar talks about the lies that Tasha K says she told. I was up for hours looking at this shit, y'all. Now then, upon initial, and when I'm watching videos, I look at the comments. Everybody was crucifying Tasha K for, asking her questions. And I was like, well, let me see the video. Because a lot of times when I go to a video, I look at the comments first, right? See what the people say. And then I watch the video. Well, I looked at the comments, and the comments were just crucifying Tasha K. And she's going to lose subscribers. And she was being mean. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what did she say? So now I watched the video. Watched it in its entirety, right? Tasha, to me, did nothing wrong, first off. She did nothing wrong. And what she did do was let Jaguar Wright go on and on and on in the conversation. Jaguar basically did all the talking, didn't really allow Tasha to properly interview her and ask the questions she wanted to ask. And then Jaguar also did a lot of double talking. Like when you ask a person a question and they answer the question with a question. Like Tasha would ask her something and she would say, the question is, why you don't ask this question? She was all over the place. Now, initially, like I said, I was down with Jaguar. I was with her, right? She letting out all the industry secrets. I don't know why she was doing that, but I believed her. And I still believe her, some things, right? But what I think happened to Jaguar is that She didn't follow the rules. I'm not in the industry, but my common sense tells me she didn't follow the rules, right? Because when Tasha was interviewing her, she said that she went into a meeting with a bat. Okay, ain't nobody fuck with you, sis. Nobody's gonna fuck with you, whether you right or wrong. That's just not how you conduct business. Now, if you went into these meetings and you had to, I almost cuss bad, if you had to do things to these people to get what you needed to get, that could be. I don't know. But I know that taking the bat into a meeting and threatening the people ain't gonna get you nothing. And see, she basically, I don't know what she did back then, but I'm saying now, she's probably assured herself of not working with nobody again in life. That's what she's done, right? Because let's say these things she's saying are true. Nobody's going to want to fool with you because they're afraid you're going to tell the secret. You're going to tell the business. Nobody's going to fool with you ever, ever, ever. So I don't know if she's thought about this before she did it. Well, actually, she said this is 20 years. She this stuff happened 20 years ago. So you're telling the secrets, the trade secrets, the industry secrets, and what do you want to accomplish with this, right? But the interview with Tasha became so bizarre to me, and I'm using the word bizarre with exclamation points. It became so bizarre, I started feeling bad for Jaguar. Because I said something's definitely wrong with her. Something's definitely wrong with her. And a lot of times your childhood trauma or any traumas that you received after, because she said she was gang raped several times and all kinds of stuff was going on. Not to mention that she was molested as a child, a few times for a long period of time. And then she get grown or halfway grown. And then industry people started doing stuff to her. I'm not taking that away from her. That stuff I'm sure happened, which is the reason why she has some form of psychosis, right? Now then, when she started talking about she took bats into the meetings and, she was doing this and she was doing this and she was her own manager, her own agent, her own everything. Sometimes you can't be all things. It's not good to be all things, right? I think that she self-sabotaged her career early on, right? I've listened to her music. She has a beautiful voice, right? And I'm sure she's a very good performer. I'm not taking that away from her either. But it's something else going on that prohibited her from being great. Because she started out with all these people that she's naming. They're great. If you are on the same boat with them, what happened? What happened? And sometimes when shit go wrong in your life, you have to figure out, what did I do? What part did I play for this shit to go bad? Right? Now, the other part of it is, I do believe there's some psychosis, like I said. And if you watch the video, like I said, it's the 2 hour and about 13 minutes, right? If you watch the video, you'll soon realize that something is wrong with her, right? She's smart, too. See, this is why it's hard to define, because you have to watch it. and you have to watch it with your good mind and all your eyes, right? Because she's an intelligent woman, but there's underlying issues, right? Now, what I think, and nobody has spoken of, and I've seen a lot of bloggers talk about it, nobody has spoken on the fact that I believe the man that she's married to is gaslighting her. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. Because one thing I know is black men. He is the driving force why she's moving forward and saying all this stuff. Because just like she know it, there's other artists that know all this stuff that's going on too, right? Or alleged stuff that's going on. But I believe that the man that she's married to, because first of all, this is what I don't understand. I don't really understand a lot of this gender fluid stuff and stuff. I like everybody. Okay, I get that part. But, if you're bisexual, she's not gay. She says she's bisexual. But I don't know, because I'm not in that world. But I find it strange that you marry a man and now you're dedicated to this man. Now, she explains all that, right? But what I'm saying is, why him? And for him, why her? If a man loves you, right? If a man loves you, and you guys know I talk about love all the time in relationships and couples and men. If a man loves you, there's certain things he's going to do to protect you. And a man that loves you and has good sense, he's not going to allow you to say all this and do all this and sit right behind you and push you and urge, because he's urging her to do that. He's gaslighting her. He's he's the driving force behind this now. He's sitting right back there, right behind her, egging her on, right? Now, in this interview with Tasha K, he was right there, but he was sort of like to the side, slightly in the back, you know what I'm saying? And what I found odd, this is what makes me think that he's the driving force, is that now they were in a hotel room while she was having this interview with Tasha K. Tasha K was at her home. She was at in the hotel, and not a motel. It looked like they were in a hotel, right? Because at one point, they acted panicked, right? And then he went out the door, and you could clearly see it was a hallway, right? Not an outside. So that's why I said they were in a hotel. And he was gone for a minute, and then Tasha was like, yeah, because she said people are after her and this and that. I don't really think anybody's after her, because I think the people that's in the industry is basically said, fuck her, she crazy. They already know that she crazy, right? They knew she was crazy back in 92, whenever the time was, right? So I don't think anybody's after her, but the things that she's saying, especially about executives in the industry, right, are very damaging, right? I just don't think they would lose everything fucking with her. That's just what I think, right? And so she was telling Tasha, yeah, he went out there. And they said, I guess he went out there with a gun, right? So that was for effect. That was being drama. That was doing the most, right? And so then he come back, and so then Tasha K was like, yeah, I mean, not Tasha, Jaguar was like, you just never know what's going on, and this and that. She was being real mysterious, like, to me, the whole thing was just bizarre. And I'm watching this, and Tasha was being very, I thought, considerate and listening, because you really couldn't get any words in. Jaguar was doing all the talking. Just like she talked on her interview, she was doing, not on the interview, in her videos. Tasha could get it. She would have to really basically ask permission to ask a question, because Jaguar would not shut the fuck up. She just would not shut up, right? And like I said, at some point it became, it saddened me. Watching it saddened me on a lot of different levels. Because one, the girl has went through a lot of trauma from childhood. And that's when you're supposed to be protected, right? Then she got in the industry, and it seems like they traumatized her and victimized her as well, right? So she has every right to feel how she feels. But do I think some of that stuff she's saying is stretching? Yes, I do. Do I think she believes what she's saying? Yes, I do. There goes the psychosis. I think she really believes the stuff that she's saying, right? Some of this stuff is unbelievable to hear, right? And I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not saying that she don't know what she's talking about. But it seems like she knows all the inside secrets to a lot of stars, a lot of industry people. How do you know all of the stuff about everybody, right? And so, mental health is real. And then at one point, Tasha said, have you ever been diagnosed? Because I was dying to know that, right? And she started, and then she stopped it. And she said, dissociative, and then she stopped, right? She didn't mean to say all of that. Now, what I do know is that, there's dissociative, I think it's schizophrenia, right? Because that's what she acts like. That is exactly what she acts like, right? And, I think that she needs to be on meds, and maybe she was, because, she doesn't have her child. She lost another child. And see, trauma, a lot of times there's a trauma that will bring all the psychosis out, right? I don't even want to use the word crazy, because this is a serious matter, right? But I think the death of her son really, and the fact that you with this man who's gaslighting you, right, really made her start talking about this stuff. Because this stuff was 20 years ago. First of all, you can never heal if you don't talk about it. You can never heal. Now, she said she's been in therapy from a young girl. She was in therapy, right? I don't know if they've helped her. I don't know if she stopped the therapy. I don't know. There's a lot of questions that I have, right? But, and initially I was scared for. I was like, oh my God. I just think now that they're just not paying her any attention. And whatever secrets are out there, the people that's in the industry, the people that's in it, they already know this stuff, She was saying something about a lot of people that I'm just not going to repeat, but, because my concern is the mental illness, right? Because I truly believe she's mentally ill, and I believe that guy is gaslighting her. And I think that once he's done with her, see, this is my concern. Because I guess they're getting money cashed out. Because Tasha asked, well, how do you support yourself? And she said she has friends or something to that. She was vague about it. But I'm guessing that people cash app her. People are cash apping her, right? And she's living off that. And that's why she's going from hotel to hotel, city to city. They in their car a lot of the times. Because it basically looks like they're homeless. I don't know if she's homeless or not, but she can't be too far from it. Because anybody that's stable, you want to be in your stability. You want to be in your stability, right? You know, and it's a pandemic. Why are you roaming the countryside talking on a video about these people? Like, you know, I don't understand. You know, and then the fact that, you know, that one time she was at the drive-thru and her card didn't have any money on it. So Tasha asked her about that, and she said, well, she's not in charge of her money. Now that sent red flags right off to me. Like, Buddy in charge? You got Buddy in charge of your money? And Buddy, you know, he looks real shady, for lack of a better word, right? You know, he that dude on the sideline telling her what to say and what to do and, you know, all of that, right? He's in charge of the money. Like, I don't know what his skill is. I don't know what his, you know, I don't know what his talent is. But he just looks like, you know, he don't have her best interest at heart. And I think what frightens me is, okay, so let's just say Jaguar, right, does have some mental issues going on. Now you've got this man who you love, because she talks about him highly. And then the moment he's done with you and he leaves, what is that going to do to her psyche? What is that going to do for her mental health? What is that going to do for her emotional health, right? So I'm concerned about that. Like, I hope he has her best interest at heart, and I hope he loves her. I just don't see a man that you love allowing you, even though she's grown, to just keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And on these videos, you want everybody to know this and you want everybody to know that. Because now she has the videos have become repetitive, right? And you're saying the same thing. Okay, we got it, sis. We know all that, right? So I don't understand. You know, the point of having a partner is when you fall off or when you go in the crazy tree, he can put you back where you need to be. Or when you fall off, he can build you back together the right way, right? And I don't see this dude doing that. I just don't. I don't see anybody in their right mind allowing her to keep going on and on and on and on and on with this shit. You know what I'm saying? At first, it was interesting. You know, it was interesting. I was watching the videos. It was interesting. But once I watched that video with Tasha K, I was like, oh my God, she's crazy as shit, right? Oh my God, the whole while. And it don't take long once you watching the video for you. It don't take the whole 2 hours to realize something ain't right with her, right? Don't take long. You know what I'm saying? I just watched it because, it was like a train wreck. You got to keep seeing it. And then I wanted to know the ending. Tasha literally almost just had to hang up, push the button or whatever you do, because she didn't want to stop. She did not want to stop. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, there was a video after that she did, in her car, wherever she was at, in a hotel, wherever she was. And she said the interview went well and this and that and that and that. And I'm looking at her like, oh my God, right? Now, Tasha did a video saying, exposing the lies. And she pointed them out. And she pointed out all the things that I was thinking as I was watching it. And that's why I didn't understand why Tasha's subscribers were so mad with her, because I'm looking at the shit the same way. Like, something ain't right here, right? And then Jaguar did another video where she talks about Tasha K talking about her and the lies. Like, listen, y'all, mental health is real. I got some folks that I love. I have a cousin that's mentally ill, and it's hard to watch, especially when you see it from the onset. You know what I'm saying? My cousin that's mentally ill, I saw it. It happened in college. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I saw it as it was happening, right? And I remember I had to tell my aunt, something ain't right here. I didn't know. I was young. I know something ain't right with this right here, right? And then she did get diagnosed with schizophrenia. So what I'm saying is, something's wrong with her. Now, is Jaguar the type to let someone help her? Doubt it. I doubt it, right? Because she's very headstrong and she's smart. See, it's a thin line. I've always heard that. It's a thin line between genius and insanity. And it is, right? And so we all have to be careful. We all teeter-totter sometime on that thin line from this to that, right? From good sense to not having good sense, right? But when you don't have good sense, it's out of your control, basically, right? So, guys, I'm saying, this is the holiday season, and the best you can. Because one thing about people who have mental illness, they're not going to take their medicine half the time, or they're going to take it with other mood-altering substances, right? And so it's not going to be effective, right? that really disturbed me. That interview. Now I've watched Jaguar Wright and her videos. I watch them, and then I stopped after I saw that Tasha K. I stopped. Now I watched one briefly again for a few minutes, and I stopped. Because I want her to get the help. She clearly needs help. If you've been abused and sexually molested and raped all the many times she had, you do need help. You do need help, and I can see that your mind would be shattered. I think she's just walking around with a shattered brain. Her everything is shattered in there, right? And so you can't have a good thought. You can't have a good thought. And if you got somebody winding you up and leading you around, then you have what we see before us, right? And so, I'm really concerned about this, and I hope what I want to know is how long will she do these videos talking about the same thing over and over and over again? What is the resolve? What is the end game? What is the stop? Because she was saying it seemed like she said something about the court case, and she just said all kind of stuff, right? Like, I'm just like unbelievable. Like, what? You know what I mean? So, that's my take on the Jaguar, right? I think something's wrong with Jaguar. Again, not saying that stuff didn't happen. I do believe all of that she said happened to her as a child happened. I do believe whatever she said happened to her in the industry happened to her. And I guess the stuff she said about other artists happened to them. I don't know. But I want to know, like, why do you think you could tell their story? Tell your story. That's fine. Tell your story, right? But I don't know why she felt the need to tell other people's story. Like, she's angry. She's clearly angry. She's angry. And I think that she just sat back and thought about where she should have been and where she's at. You know what I mean? If you started off with Jill Scott and India.Arie and, she's with the little Neo Soul crew, and you start off with them people, and these people are such great superstars now, and you're not, you have to take a look from within. What did you do? What did you do? Because I just don't believe that everybody got to have sex with everybody to make it to the top. I don't believe that. Some people are there on pure artistry. Pure artistry. And I think that the more likable you are, the further you go in life. That's with anything. You have to be likable. If people don't like you and if you're difficult to work with, nobody wants to fool with you. Period. And I just think that she was one of those kind of people. You couldn't work with her, couldn't tell her shit. She's difficult. Nobody wants to do that when you got 10 more others that's willing and ready and able. They can dismiss me. You're easily dismissed, right? So that's my take on the Jaguar Wright, y'all. Again, I'm going to say, look out for your people's holiday seasons is when a lot of mental illnesses come about. People are reflecting and remembering on folks that aren't there. People are saddened. Then we're in a pandemic. On top of it, we're in a pandemic during the holiday season. That's rough. I know it's going to be rough. We got to make the best of it. Let me tell y'all something. This is my take on it. Stay around positive energy people, especially at this time. And I know some folks in your family you love. You just can't be around them people right now. You can't talk to them. You can't be around them. You know what I'm saying? You have to stay around positive energy people at this time because we are in a pandemic. We don't know when this shit gonna let up, right? Especially because y'all keep going all around the goddamn place. But, look out for your peoples and be more conscious and be more, what's the word I want to use? Empathetic to people who have mental illness, okay? But anyway, y'all, that's my take on the Jaguar Wright. Y'all look at the video. It's 2 hours and some minutes, with Tasha K. And then you can come to a good conclusion for yourself, right? Just watch the video. You'll see for yourself. But anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and drop down in the description box so you can see all of my social medias. Take care of yourself, guys. You have to take care of your physical health as well as your mental health as well as your spiritual health, okay? All right, guys. Thanks for tapping in to Jackie with a Q. Everybody stay safe. Happy holidays to you.